session on querying reports from CRIDA website using large language model. Here CRIDA refers to Institute of Dryland Agriculture. The project requires that CRIDA produces annual reports every year which contain large amount of information. Querying these reports manually takes time and cannot be answered in real time. So therefore we are using an LLM, a large language model, to query the annual reports and fetch information. The annual reports contain information about agricultural research, dryland farming, and crop management. The large language model will query this, and therefore it has to be fine-tuned for a specific domain, in this case agriculture. We can take any model like GPT-4 or Mistral 7B or T5 and fine-tune it for agricultural domain and answer the queries. Now, what are the expected outcomes of this project is that it should give accurate answers to the ICAR annual reports, and this will give valuable insights to all stakeholders of the organization. Now, what is the things that have to be careful about is the question answer has to be in real time. During a meeting which is happening, a high-powered committee is having a meeting, and then it asks certain questions and the answers have to be fetched immediately. So there should not be any delay in getting the answers, and therefore LLM is the ideal candidate for this project. Now, if questions which cannot be answered, which are out of scope, then an exception should be raised by the system. And wrong answers should not be given. That means hallucinations should not be allowed. There should also be provision to add new data because annual reports are coming every year. So new data should be added to the LLM every time. Now, this is the usual technology stack which we are having. And we have GPT-3 or BERT. We have a front end. We have Python, TensorFlow with Keras. But most important is the question generation, how to do it. And it can be done manually also, but you have to search and find tools which can make questions for which answers are there in the reports. So that is the technology stack. We will have to use Google Colab, AWS SageMaker, which is freely available at no cost. Now, what is going to be the strategic impact of this project? And of course, it will have a great impact on investors, stakeholders, and shareholders. And it will be useful for strategic planning, policy formulation, and decision making. Of course, it will be cost effective because manually, if we are doing it, it will cost high, but automated using LLM will decrease the cost. And therefore, it gives competitive advantage to any organization which is going to use it. So if one organization uses, then others have to follow suit on this. Now, that is the description of the project, but what can be future enhancements to it? There are multiple enhancements that are possible, but the most important is the second one, which is handling complex reports. We have to start with reports which are text only and followed by mathematical symbols and equations. The LLM should be able to handle in the second stage. And in the third stage, it should be able to handle simple tables followed by more complex ones. And finally, we started with text, but we should conclude with images also. The LLM should be able to handle images also. These are some planned activities which can happen. So this is the brief description of the project. Thank you for being there. If there are any queries, you can mail to me. So I will conclude here with best wishes to all of you. Thank you.